Okay, welcome back, XCOM fans. Now, we are right at the beginning of our month, and we have gotten the money for the end of the month, and we did manage to get the continent bonus for Europe, which is 20% for more money from all nations. So that got us quite a bit of money, and so I've done the debate with myself, and I figured out I think what we're going to spend pretty much all the money for. So let's go into it. First, we're going to start off with our Foundry Projects. Now, uh, improved medkit is this something that you need? Uh, you're only going to bring so many medkits, and you need as much as you can. And apparently, uh, cybernetic research applies, reducing this by 50%. So that's actually really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. And it'll be done in 3 days. Excellent. And also alien metallurgy. Now, increasing alien alloy recovery by 50%. Now, we have very little alloys, and we need them in order to build our alloy shivs and for most of everything else. So, this is also a must.
I'll
Okay.
make sure production begins immediately. And as soon as we've got something,
Now, I'm going to
I'll
go
be in touch.
into our facilities. Now, I've been looking over the what to do, and we have just enough power to get ourselves a laboratory and the officer training school. And I like to put the officer training school right here because it doesn't require any right underneath alien containment, because alien containment and officer training school don't offer any adjacency bonuses. So I like just putting them together for that option, for that reason. So it requires 1 power. Just going to get that done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build our laboratories and gene labs and stuff right here in this block down here. And we're going to build the workshop, foundry, repair bay block up here. So I'm going to excavate this so we can build our lab here. And once that is done, I'll get the lab started. So I'll have to save 350 for that once this is done in 5 days. Over here is where we're going to put our power block, and then, of course, this will be for our satellites, satellite uplinks and satellite nexuses. So, at the moment, that's all I'm going to build right now, because we'll only have enough power to build the lab. Then it's going to be very costly to excavate this and this in order to get to steam. So, of course, we could excavate this and put a fusion generator in until we can get to steam if we wanted to build something more. That's an option. But I figure if we just go straight for the steam, we can get a lot more power that way, and we don't have to throw away the fusion generators later, because that's usually what you do, is you throw the fusion generators away later in place of steam or Larium generators. Okay. Now that that is done, I'm going to, well, it's not completely done. I need to buy, to get the lab done. But let's go ahead and go into build items. Now, I was looking at the building items. We don't really have the alloys to build a lot more lasers. I did build 3 more laser rifles before, so that we could complete a request by a country and only be out of our laser rifles for a few days in order to get, I believe, a corporal. So I will do that. I'll have to make sure I don't forget in the next 6 days in order to complete that one, to complete that request, and then we'll just be out of our laser rifles for a few days. So, but this small item here is a very nice item, and I believe it can, yeah, so it can be used by everybody, And I did get a comment about how alloy jacketed rounds really help with like snipers for against against mechanics. So I'm gonna build. I'm just gonna say, say let's just get one for the moment, and we'll just get that on our sniper. And I think that's really all I was going to have at the moment, because we don't have the alloys necessary to get our alloy shivs, of course, which I want. And we're 1 day away from completing Alien Biocybernetics, which of course get us access to mechs. Now that will of course require allies and Alarium, which fortunately we don't really have right now. So not a lot of options there. Now again, I have to save 350 for the lab that I want to build, but that leaves us 600, almost 600 for other things. And the other things I'm thinking about are soldiers. We're kind of getting to the point to where taking fresh newbies on a mission is very risky. And generally I'll only do it on a mission that has it's like a light mission, and I'll accompany them with a few. So I'll take a few newbies and I'll take a few veteran soldiers in an attempt to just get them at least to their first promotion. But we're getting to the point where that's getting more and more dangerous. Now we do have 3 soldiers coming in 9 days, thanks to the Rebalance mod, where you get a few soldiers every month, and that'll taper down and taper down and taper down until eventually you get nothing, which is smart because you don't really need a lot of soldiers coming. You don't need new recruits coming in when you're in December. But I need more recruits. I need more soldiers, and I need them I need them early so that we can train them up when generally things aren't as hard. So I'm going to spend that 600 on 12 more recruits, and I think the 12 plus the 3 that we're getting, 15 more recruits for and hopefully. And the recruits we get down from trades and whatnot, hopefully we'll be okay. So I'm going to do this. And boom, there's most of our money. That's pretty much our money gone. We need to sell one thing, get $1, or sorry, 1 credit, and then we can, build the lab here in 5 days when this is done. And just to show you what the difference is, and it was a lot of debate with me, we can go for a workshop. That would be all of our power, and that would give us the reduction in cost for things, and we get the thing on the more on materials. And I was really thinking about going with that, but a lab is a 50% increase in research speed, which is pretty crazy. And I think one of the reasons why we're low, why things are getting a little tougher, is because we don't have the better weapons and the better armor that we need. And of course, we're only going to get that is if we open up the options to get them through research. So I'm going to go with that. And we can always put we could put more workshops in here. Thing is, we're just out on power. So basically next month is going to be a push to get these steam vents, or at least to get this steam vent, or to at least excavate down here so that we can build fusion generators. Now I could just excavate this, put in another fusion generator, but then like I said, we got to kill it later, and I feel that's kind of a waste of money. So we'll hopefully wait till next month and we can push. Okay. now that I've done that lengthy conversation about what the plans are for this month, I am going to spin down the globe and see about getting a submission.
Contact detected.
Okay, so we got a medium craft, riding low. Okay, so let's send some of our best. Let's see, we'll send our best. Accompanied by... Oh, we can actually send all 4 now, because we have a major, I'm guessing. So let's do it.
Enemy is padlocked.
Okay. So we shot down the craft. We have a crash site. Lightly damaged, lightly damaged, lightly damaged, undamaged. Okay. Okay. Ignore that for the moment so we can spin down the globe. And I just want to check, because I love this Squadrons Unleashed mechanic. First they have to refuel and whatnot, and then we can see how many days they're actually hurt. So we'll just hit back that after we've spin down the globe a little bit. Okay, Alien Biocybernetics is done. And that opened up the Paladin suit and Mech Warfare. Okay, now, see, a lot of these are like, I was wondering about this ridiculous time to research, 103 days. So, you know, it's like, okay, what do we research? What do we do? We can go for some of these autopsies, which will help us with vital point targeting, which some of our soldiers are getting now. We can interrogate, which, of course, will open up, you know, the possibility of more research grants, or we can do alien psionics, which will help us get the possibility of opening up that, opening up psi labs and whatnot. Now, you know, I was thinking about this. We can't build the psi lab because we don't have the power. Even though I can build a fusion generator at a later point. The autopsies, of course, get those out of the way and open up for interrogations, because you can't do the autopsy. You can't do the interrogation until you've done the autopsy. So, I'm thinking we hit a couple of these smaller autopsies, or quicker autopsies, really, and then we do the interrogations. And hopefully that'll open up some options. Of course, that's what I've read. That opens up some options. So let's go ahead and do the floater autopsy now.
Although I'm sure you can make the connection yourself, we've designated this particular specimen as a floater. The research team is continuing in its efforts to determine how the aliens prevented the organic tissue from rejecting the mechanical components, as they seem to work in perfect harmony with one another.
Okay. Gruesome, but done. And, of course, like I said, that'll make it so we can do more damage with vital point targeting when we need to. Okay, so that's done. And I'm just curious,
the soldiers who volunteer for Mech Trooper augmentation sacrifice much, but they do not leave themselves entirely behind. A Mech Trooper will be able to apply some of the training and knowledge from his or her previous combat specialty to the cybersuit's operation.
Okay, basically saying that once you pick a mech, you basically go down and experience a little bit. Now, one of the tactics that I've seen used is you take a soldier that is gravely wounded, like this one here, and you basically chop them up into make them up into a mech operative, and that will take 10 days versus the 39 that this one is currently wounded for. So you've got a soldier back in 10 days, which previously they were 39. So you could do that option. But since we don't have mech suits at the moment, I have nothing to use the operative with. So I'm willing to just leave it alone for the moment, but that is a tactic that we probably will do. And that doesn't use a meld to do that and stuff, so... But I want to show you something else that I noticed. And we'll just go... You know what? Hold on. What's the Foundry Project? Mech Warfare. Oh, that's 25? Yeah, that's just 3 days. I mean, I want to have it finished and see what options it gives us to spend the money with. And it's only money, so yeah, do that. Okay, the Advanced Surgery Project opened up. We don't have the stasis tanks or the surgery units, which you're going to have to do like alien base assaults or go in for a major alien craft that's landed in order to get that. But this is something you definitely want. So that's very useful.
The foundry is already warmed up. I'll make sure to notify you as soon as
And I'm
production
just
is
curious, I want to show you this real quick. Something I believe the mod changed. Mechs used to be incredibly expensive. And if you look at that, that's not that expensive. 71, 15 Alarium, 15 alloys, 15 meld. Now I don't have the alloys, so I'm not going to try for this at the moment. And it would be 11 days to get the mech suit. So you chop up a soldier that would take 10 days to do that. I can build a mech suit, it takes 11. And boom, you've got a first Mech Trooper in 11 days, when you wouldn't even have access to that soldier for 39 or 40, whatever days they were previously wounded for. So there's a way to get back a soldier quickly there. But I don't have the Larium, so unfortunately can't. And I'm not going to chop up that soldier yet. So we've got a landed craft. We're just going to spin down, see who we can get back from fatigue. No, I'm not going to give you flight computers for 2 engineers. I've never given away flight computers for anything because they are so hard to come by. Getting them undamaged, as you can tell, we've only got 5 of them over all this time. So, no. Okay, so we've got our crash site about to expire. And I'm going to go into the barracks real quick and just look. Okay, we've got some good soldiers. And a lot better than we were, at least. Everybody is back from fatigue status. And everybody who... And then we got people who are wounded, but some of them are wounded for hours. So we'll get them back eventually. And we got some promotions to do. So, let's see. You know what? I'm just going to do some of these promotions now. Get them out of the way before we start in on the mission. Because, I mean, this video is running a little long, so I might just split this up after we do these promotions. So let's see. Okay, first off, we've got Hank Badger Miller, our medic. Okay, again, this is kind of a no-brainer for me. Extra health, extra mobility on a medic is incredibly important because you want them, if they go down, and they've got the majority of the medics, majority of the med kits on them, of course, then you just lost. I mean, everything just became incredibly harder. So, and since this is not if this was a combat medic, I might go for vital point targeting, but it's not. And someone look at me and going, why did you promote a soldier with 8 health, or 7 health, or whatever, to be a medic? And it was mainly because the will was as good as it was, and I wanted to make this medic into a psyop at some point. So I'm going to go with extra conditioning, because that's, like I said, kind of a no-brainer for me. We got extra health from the armor, and we got 1 extra mobility, a little bit more on the will. 60 will's not bad. Okay. Okay, here we go. Alright, now for this scout, we've got hollow rounds, extra damage, plus grants everybody else plus 10. Which used to be just hollow targeting everybody else plus 10. Now they've given it plus 3 against mechanical units, which is insane, which is great. Ranger just gives you the ability to, have a sidearm and plus damage with all primary weapons, so that's useful. But I think I like this added bonus that they've given hollow rounds, and I'm going to go with that. Okay. Got a decent aim bonus there, we really did. And Will went up, I think, a little bit there too. Great. Okay, let's go back down. We got our engineer here. And with 72 aim, pretty decent aim. I'm leaning toward more combat than support. Grenades have been incredibly useful in this campaign so far. They really have upped the damage they do, and you can throw them further with this option. Smoke grenades, I don't need that. I usually have plenty of that on my support medics. So I'm going to go with double tap, because I really am curious on how this plays out, especially with the better aim that this soldier has. So we're going to do that. Okay, didn't get much of an aim bonus there, but hey. Alright, scout again. Okay, I'm pretty much always going to go with lightning reflexes on this. You need somebody with lightning reflexes to take those possible overwatch shots. Or away, to run those overwatch shots away from, so you don't get hit. Sniper. Okay, this is your first. So we got the hollow rounds, precision, vital point targeting. Okay. Now, hollow rounds plus, like the alloy jacket. We can make an anti-mech sniper here. Precision shot, always useful, has a cooldown. Vital point targeting, always useful, but it's against humans and biologicals. So we've got that build. I haven't done hollow yet, and again, I am curious. Normally this wouldn't be something I would do, because I want a sniper to put something down. When it fires, I want them to put it down. So I'm really debating here. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with vital point targeting. Because I'm not gonna go for. I don't think I'm gonna try for a crit build. I think I'm just gonna go for overall damage. With these and see how I can do. So let's do that. And I think, do we have any more? Yeah, okay, so we got fresh new recruits here. Okay, so this soldier here, 5 health, 13 mobility, 45 will, 68 aim. Now, that's really good. Really good will, really good aim, decent hit points, not super great, but decent. And see, what do we actually need? Looking at what we need infantry, we need rocketeers, and that's mainly it. We need infantry, we need rocketeers. We only have 3 of each of those. Almost every other one we have 4, 5, or even 6. So I think I'm going to go infantry here. Because 45 is really, really good will, and they do get goodwill. Infantry do get goodwill, and I like to turn them into officers at later points. Infantry, because they can fire and then use command with their other action, with the light 'em up ability. So I'm gonna go with that. Oh, nice. Look at that, 79 aim, 55 will. That's a nice promotion there. Okay, and like I said, we need another Rocketeer. Aim's not as great, but usually the perks you take can reduce scatter enough to where you don't have a terrible shot on a rocket. So, and they do get a decent aim bonus, and they do get a decent will bonus, which is the one thing this soldier is lacking as well. So let's go ahead and try for that. Okay, went up to 28. I was hoping for better, but hey. And aim went up decent too. Okay. And that evens out our specs up top there. Everybody else, these assaults are wounded for a couple days, and I don't know, I just have this faux pas about promoting people who are wounded. So, I think that, unfortunately, that's not a lot of action, but I thought it was important to explain what steps I took in order to, with all the money you get, because really that is the other part of this game. Is how do you use the money, what things do you buy, what moves do you make, and when. Now I went for early captures in this game, which hopefully helped us out with a few things. It did help us out with the cybernetic, research grant. And like I said, I'm going to go for autopsies and then the interrogations. So, I think I'm going to end this one here, and it was just buying all the things video, or, but I'm going to end this here, and then we'll go straight into the next video with the mission that we've got ourselves. So as always, I hope you enjoyed that. I thank you for watching, and bye for now.